Hello, I'm Rebecca. Welcome to my channel, Rebecca's Simple Country Life. If you've been here before, welcome back. Going to do a little late November garden update. Not much going on. It is November 25th today. This garden bed is probably going to be coming out in the spring. Saw a fully mature dwarf Alberta spruce, and they get a lot bigger, or can get a lot bigger than what I had thought. So this either needs to get moved over to the middle of this round bed so it has more room to spread out, or in a different location entirely, because it can get, I believe, 8 to 10 feet and 4 to 5 feet wide. So the butterfly bush is definitely going to get moved to a different spot. There is some, now there's a little cypress or something coming up that's not supposed to be there, but buried under the leaves is some salvia that's going to get moved. And then that yellow knockout rose out there is going to get moved too. The creeping thyme will probably get to stay. And there's something growing here. I'm not sure if that's a weed or if that's something I planted. I'll have to try to figure that out. But this bed I want to get completely cleaned out and move the Alberta spruce probably to the middle of the circle so she can just spread out as much as she wants, and that'll be her spot. And then just probably do like bulbs and ground cover all around there, and then hopefully around the edges maybe plant some stuff that'll spill over. So that's the plans for this bed. Work on it in the spring, add some more dirt and mulch if I don't borrow some of these concrete edging blocks to use around the rest of the garden. If I do that, then I'll just go with what's in there because it'll be about the right level for the second row down. So that's the plans for that bed. Over here, our formal vegetable bed still needs to come out. The fencing needs to be come out. I'm going to reuse that little gate. I hope it's not too windy for y'all to hear me. I've been trying to wait for a day that hasn't been so windy, but I don't think that day's coming anytime soon, and I wanted to get this filmed. So I'm going to repurpose that cattle trellis for a an arch, and there's the FedEx man. Okay, not sure where I was, other than we still got to move all these cement blocks, take down the fencing. I'm going to reuse that gate, reuse the cattle panel for a trellis, and the wind is ridiculous. Moving on. Alrighty, my little deck ramp garden bed, heavily mulched by leaves and protected. I need to take the pumpkins out and put them away and bring out my metal gingerbread boy and girl. These blanket flowers have just been blooming like crazy since the weather got cooler and have gotten a whole lot bigger. We did have a pretty heavy frost just 2 days ago. Not worried about the hens and chickens because they will weather the winter just fine. They always have. And I'm glad that, you know, some of the rocks are starting to show through the dirt, and I think we've got a few little babies growing out there, so I'm happy about that. My Japanese skybox holly did not make it. I am not happy about that. So I'm going to put something else there. Little puppy dog getting covered by leaves. The bunny rabbit's about buried. The one original catmint doing good. The other two are hiding under the leaves, and those other two may get moved because, like I said, I really don't think they're the same, even though they said they were the same variety as the one I had that they said they were Walker's Low. I don't think they are, so we'll see come spring. If they don't look the same, I'll probably move them to a new garden bed, which you'll see in a minute. Really still surprised that it hasn't started changing color yet. I don't know if maybe it's not getting enough sun there, but anyway, just, you know, this little garden bed's just chugging right along. Really glad I've moved the blanket flowers over here, and I'm going to get some more to put down at this end since they do so well. Down here along the fence garden bed, that's probably going to get a little narrower because when we pull down into the yard, because we don't have a carport, this sticks out a little bit and we have to be kind of like back up and turn a little bit more. So I may be squishing this up, make it a little bit narrower. But anyway, the rosemary's happy with the cold weather. My lamb's ears are loving it in the new pot. I think the little dogwood bush back there is doing okay. It seems to still have some green on it. It doesn't seem to be dying. The iris in that pot are just going to winter over real well. The lemongrass, like, I don't know if it's a perennial or an annual, but you know, it's still looking pretty decent. The peonies, who knows with them. Hopefully they'll come up in the spring and be green, but they were given to me by a coworker friend, and I'm just would love to have some peonies, but we'll see what they do. Lavender is loving the cold weather, has been putting out blooms and growth. And the dianthus has been fairly happy in blooming some. It didn't really like the last frost we had, so it's kind of died back a little. But overall, that pot seems pretty happy. And here we have nothing, just cardboard and extra mulch and extra dirt. And let's see, what is this? I think the tufts of green are salvia. I think the hyssops that I had died. What is your name? I may have to put that down below. I can't. It's something Arbor. Anyway, I love it. I love it, and I'm probably going to get some more of those. More lemongrass. This is I think it's Summer's Romance Lamb's Ear. And then that is Speedwell, Veronica. And I think there's 3 clumps of that. And so in the spring, I may end up dividing and spreading that out. My little coreopsis are kind of, I don't know if you can even see them, they're kind of just not looking real grand. They're not loving the cold. My mums have given up. My pink double knockout rose is still pretty green, seems to be doing okay. Has put out a little bit of new growth where the red leaves are, so hopefully it'll be okay. It looks like I need to cut off some of that diseased part. Yarrow's doing pretty good. I'm going to cut it back in the spring. My red knockout rose, it looks a mess now, but that thing bloomed after our first frost and just looked gorgeous. And if I can figure out how to pick a picture to put as the thumbnail, then I'll probably put that rose picture there. Still trying to figure out the editing thing. That yarrow is just super green. I think it's liking off the leaves around it. Artemisia is looking kind of sad. The daisy's looking pretty good down at the base there. All that green looks nice. And squirrels have decided to use this area here to crack all their dang walnuts. So I've got this mess here. I probably need to get it off of this catmint. So these catmint, I don't know if they're happy in this corner or not. I may be moving them come spring. This Muskingum dogwood, I'm surprised to see, has reddish branches. I thought it was supposed to have gray branches. I don't mind the red at all, but this may get moved because since it's got red branches and not gray branches, I'm like, is it a different variety? Is it going to get too big for this spot? We'll see. I'll rethink that come spring. But that's it for this garden bed.